So what a lovely guest. We've got Rosemary and Alan and Mrs. Crean with us today. I'm Dr. Sam Crean, one of the chiropractors here at Hobart Chiropractic. And today we're just going to do a little morning stretch routine and exercise routine, particularly relevant for seniors in maintaining mobility, strength, muscle tone, and managing bone density. Okay. It's going to be nice and basic. We're going to feel a little bit of warmth in our muscles. We're actually going to do some hands-on stuff today. If you're joining us from home, you're welcome to put your video on. You're welcome to get involved as well. And we're just going to get moving for we'll talk about some science for a couple of minutes, and then we'll get in and we'll actually do some exercises. It's exciting. All right, housekeeping for anyone on Zoom. If you can mute your microphone, you're welcome to send me a chat down the other side. Let's get into it. How do I do? There we are. If anyone's interested, I was a gymnast for 15 years. We've been a flexibility and strength coach up in Sydney, and we currently look after the Kimber Lions soccer team as their sports and conditioning coordinator. Yeah. What do chiropractors do? I don't know if you guys have been to a chiropractor before. Okay, so chiropractors, we work with the bones, joints, muscles, and tendons of the body, help keep people moving, reduce pain, and increase mobility. And we also do a lot of work with exercises. Oh, look at that. What's that now? Cool. Dr. Crean's giving me a lovely pointer to help with my slide transitions. Thank you, Dr. Crean. You good there? Brilliant. Look at this technology. Let's see if that works. Oh my goodness, that's incredible. All right, I'm going to grab some here. Awesome. You can still see me. Lovely. All right. Who knows why we exercise? Okay, so exercise is anything that challenges the body a little bit, gets the heart rate up, and is designed particularly to make sure we maintain good muscle tone. As we tend to age, we have a natural degradation of the actual size and quality of our soft tissues, so our muscles, ligaments, and tendons. Exercise is a way of making sure we maintain that integrity. As you can see on the screen down now, I don't know if you guys can see that, there's a picture showing two 70-year-olds. One is active and one is leads a relatively sedentary life. Okay, the one that is sedentary, there can be up to 50–60% decrease in muscle size and tone from the aging process. If you maintain a good level of activity, you can maintain muscle size and integrity. Okay, so that's really key to make sure you put exercise into your daily routines. It's important to know when you are doing exercise as well, what should you actually feel. Okay, so key things to know is if it's exercise or if it's just moving, exercise, there should be a level of intensity to it. You should feel some warmth or some heat in your muscles. Okay, you can sometimes feel some intensity up to it, like if you put it out of a scaling of 10, a 3 to a 6 out of 10 is a nice zone of intensity to challenge your body to actually get a change. Okay, you shouldn't feel any pain, you shouldn't feel cramping, pinching, or grabbing. Okay, you do need to be aware that not all exercises are appropriate for everyone. The ones we're going to run through today, okay, is a nice starting point. Okay, they can use modification, and there's much you can build up strength, challenge, and intensity as you get stronger, or to match your different levels. So today's a foundation. Preparation for exercise, you should be hydrated, you should be warm, okay, and you start slow and build up the challenge as you go along. Okay, be conscious of the position of your spine. Okay, we've got to make sure we look after our spine as we go on. Be careful of the space around you to make sure there's nothing in your way or potential fall hazards. Okay, and also be aware that if you have any hip or knee replacements, okay, you might need to manage the depth of some certain activities, avoid particular rotation. Okay, so if you have a hip or a knee replacement, you need to look at modifying that and have a chat to a practitioner to see what's appropriate. Tips for success. Okay, if you have a routine that's consistent and regular, okay, you're more likely to stick to it. Okay, having something small that you do every day is a great place to start, and then to integrate into like a morning walk, or you better get out of bed routine. Okay, so have something small, a little bit of challenge, and a little bit of variety will set you up for success. Do it with a friend, do it with a partner. for someone to keep you accountable as well. Also to help with Spinal Health Week, if you're out there or if you have friends or family who haven't had their spines or musculoskeletal systems checked recently, book one of our spine assessments. Okay, you can ask reception about that. We also have a stretching ebook that we did last year. It's a great resource if anyone's unsure of appropriate stretches and things to do as you age. So ask reception about that. Good. Great. All right, let's get into some exercises. So I'm going to just swap this over so the camera's a little bit bigger, and then everyone in the room here, we're going to get active. Stop share. That should see me. Dr. Crean, can everyone see me still? Hopefully. Great. We'll get a thumbs up or something. Fantastic. All right. So to start off with, guys, all we're going to do is we're going to get a couple of our joints moving, and then we're going to get out of our chairs and actually start to get into some things. So to start with, what we're going to do, let's just start from the bottom and then work our way up top. So to start with, what we're going to do is we're just going to start with single foot. We're going to point. We're going to flex. Okay. So just moving the ankle to start with. Okay. We can do a couple of reps on one side, forwards and backwards, and then we're going to introduce some circular movements. So you see on the camera. Some circular movement through our ankles and feet. Now, as we age, our ankles and our hips tend to be the areas that lose most control and proprioception, and they stop getting those messages from the foot to the brain and back. Okay, so making sure you maintain some ankle mobility and fluidity is really a key part of keeping active as we age. Good. Point and flex, we've done both sides. Great. Next one, we're just going to straighten and bend our leg 3 to 5 times. We're going to do that on both sides. Yeah, that's it.
Pull the back, neck back, floss the nerve.
You know what you're doing now. Well done.
Oh, on Google.
Google's great. Wonderful. All right, next what we're going to do is scooch your bottom forwards to the edge of the chair, sitting up tall for me. And all we're going to do is we're going to introduce a little bit of rotation through the hips. Okay, if you have any discomfort through the hips, you can stop. So what we're going to do is we're just going to rotate one knee in a little bit and then out. Okay, and then we'll do it on the other side. Rotate your knee in and out. You might feel a little bit of a stretching sensation through the groin as you bring the knee across your body. Awesome. Work this. Lovely. Good. All right, now that we've done through our hips, we're going to come up a little bit higher through to our shoulders. So just roll the shoulders a couple of times. We're going to go 3 times backwards. Beautiful. And we're going 3 times forwards. Okay. We'll introduce some rotation into our back. So place one hand on the opposite knee. Good. A hand on your hip. I'm just going to sit up tall as we bring our chest around 45 degrees around to the side. When you're doing this, don't force it. Just go to the point of natural tension. Then we're going to unwind. Bring your opposite hand to your opposite knee. Hand on your hip. Lift your chest up. Just get a little rotation. Brilliant. Then last one, we better come down to our elbows. So you can bend forwards and backwards. Okay, you can add some rotation through the elbows. Make sure you don't hit your neighbor. And then we're going to start by circling the wrists. Okay.
That's straight and short.
Like warming up for the Australian Freestyle Championships. Brilliant. And then to finish off, we can just move our neck around. So starting with the neck, look left, look right. Okay. Again, don't force it, just find that natural endpoint. Go twice each way. Then we're going to start to bring your ear down towards your shoulder, down towards the other side. And then we can look down towards your one hip, so looking down the left hip, and look down at your opposite hip. Lovely. All right, so we've done a little warm up. That should have taken only a couple of minutes. Okay, and now we're going to actually start to get some warmth into our muscles. So all I get everyone to do is come stand up for me, please. Okay, let's see, is the camera shaky? Yes, it does. All right, grab the back of your chair. Just so you can spin it that way.
This fine?
Yeah, either way.
Then I can see what you're doing.
Then you can see what I'm doing. Great, I think everyone can just about see me on the camera. Bring the chair back a little bit. There, good. All right, so what we're going to do to start with, let's start by getting those ankles. We talked about how important our ankles are. Let's make sure they're strong. So to start off with, we're going to do some calf raises. So going up onto your heels, lifting your heels up off the ground, and then come down to your heels. Make sure you're stable. We're going to lift our toes off the ground as we exercise the front of our shins. It's really important with these ones that you feel balanced, you feel safe. Okay, and we're doing this for about 5 to 10 reps, nice and slowly and controlled. Beautiful. When you're doing this, we'll see if the camera can pick up. Okay, when you're doing a calf raise, don't let your ankles fall out to the side. Make sure everything as you goes up stays nice and straight. So activating the correct muscles in your legs. Fantastic. All right. So we've done that 10 times. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to start to move up a little bit, and we're going to go to our hip muscles next, which are our stabilizing muscles. So for our hip muscles, to start with, what we're going to do is we're going to start with a little hamstring curl. So pull your heel up to your bum and slowly back down. You want to feel a squeeze through the back of your thigh. If you feel a little bit of cramping with that, it's okay. You can pause. How are we going for time, Alex? 10 minutes in?
10 minutes in.
Oh, look at that, we're doing all right. Yeah, we do about
One
10.
should be in it.
He should be in it.
I should be.
We do about 10 reps per side. You start to feel just a little bit of warmth through the back of the legs. How do you feel doing that, guys? All right?
Good.
Awesome. All right, next we're going to start to go through the front. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to bring a knee up in front of us. Okay, you're welcome to stand on the side onto the chair if you like. Just bring a knee up in front, hold up nice and high, lower back down. These activities we're going on at the moment, okay, these activities are important if you want to be able to go up and down stairs, get up and down off the couch, okay. Again, 10 reps each side. Let's give 5 reps on the other leg again, just so we're feeling balanced. Good. As you do this, also remember to stand up tall, keep that bottom leg controlled and stable, and not letting your hip collapse to the side. Lots of things to think about. Yeah. Alex, do we have an exercise band for the last couple of minutes? There's one in my room, I believe. Or a couple, please, for the team. All right, next up, we're going to add in some rotation to the hips. So we're going to do some opening the gates, and we're going to do some closing the gates. So for this one here, you're going to draw a half circle with your knee. So you're going to put your knee up in front of you. You're going to bring it out to the side, and then all the way back down. We're going to come back out to the side, close the gate, and bring it back down. If anyone knows a footballer, this should bring back a little bit of nostalgia, a little bit of the glory days. Yeah, we're going to do it with 3 in each direction. Fantastic. Do you have any more? See, open 1 or 2 more. One for everyone. Can we please do a couple reps on the other side as well, please? How are you going now, Alan? Feeling all right with those?
I can nearly stand on one leg.
That's pretty good. I like it. Good. How are you feeling there, Rosemary? Good. Brilliant. Mrs. Green, feeling okay with those?
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, with these ones, if you hear a little bit clicking or popping, that's okay. You shouldn't get any pain with these exercises. All right. For our next ones, let's move on. Let's actually start to get a little bit of warmth through the front of our legs. Okay, we're going to come back around to the front of our chairs again, and we're going to do some sit to stand. I'm just going to keep you facing this way, please. This way, this way, this way, this way.
It's fine.
Good, and come around to the front of the chair. Good. All right, so what we're going to do, okay, start in a sitting position for me, please. Okay, we have it on, it's perching on the edge of the chair. Now, when we're doing these exercises, we're going to start with our knees about hip width apart. Okay, we're going to start with just a fun basic level, so you can put your hands on your knees, or you can actually use the arms of the chairs. And what we're going to do is we're going to slowly stand up, keep your knees stable and strong, and then we're going to sit back down again. Okay, and we want it to be slow and controlled. Okay, like you're getting into a hot bath, taking nice and easy. Okay, up we go again. Right, and back down. Now, Mrs. Green, can I get you to demonstrate what we don't want to see? So we don't want to see anyone bending all the way forwards to get up. When we're doing these, we want to keep our chest nice and tall and firm through the legs. Okay. Other things to be mindful of is keep your knees stable. Don't let your knees collapse. Don't let your knees fall in. Keep your knees out nice and strong. All right, give us a look, guys. Give us 2 more. Fantastic. And back down. Good. How do you feel with those? All right.
Oh, nearly killed you.
Got some warmth. Can you feel a little bit of
A
warmth?
little bit pain in the knee.
Yeah, cool. So these would be actually a great thing to do. Have a chat to Ash and see how you can get those muscles strong. And you feel all right with those? Brilliant. All right. If anyone wants more of a challenge on those, okay, what we can do is, you guys are welcome to try this, is we're going to come back up to our standing position. We've got a little bit more challenge. Right, we're going to go through what's called a lunge. Okay, so for a lunge, we're going to go into, it's like a half step. So you're going to big step in front of you, you're going to hang on to something to keep you nice and strong. And what we're going to do is you're going to drop your back knee down towards the ground, bend both knees, just a little bit, and come back up. You want to feel equal pressure through the legs. You want to keep your front foot nice and stable and strong as you come up and down a couple of times. Okay. If you're up to it, and only if you're up to it, you can kneel all the way down to the ground. Pretend you're kneeling on an eggshell, so you're just lightly touching and using the support to come back up. You can then swap, and we're going to do 5 to 10 exercises with this. Okay, really trying to aim, keep a tall spine, nice and strong through the knee. Okay, we don't want our knee traveling forwards past our foot. We want to keep nice and upright and dropping our back knee down. Cool. And a reminder, this is our advanced exercise. Really good for that. That was great. Give us a look. How do you feel doing those ones? That's not too bad. That's all right. Keep it honest. All right, lovely work, guys. Oh no, we've got one more. Stay standing. Oh, good. Lots to go. Where do you guys want to see? Yeah, about there. All right, you guys, let's get that view. All right, next one, last one. We're going to work the sides of our hips. So we've done the front, we've done the back. We're going to work the sides. Okay, what we're going to do here, staying on one leg again. We're going to lift our foot up to the side and slowly back down. Great. Slowly back up to the side and back down. When we're doing this, keep the side of your foot going up to the roof. Okay. Try not to let your hips turn. So keep that side of the foot going up and back down. What you should start to feel is a little bit of tightness and warmth through the sides of the legs as you do this. Okay. This is what's going to allow you to get up and down off the ground, up and down stairs. Keep the power in your legs. We're doing 5 to 10 reps per side with this one. If you find that exercise too intense, what we can do instead is you grab a seat. Okay. And what we can do is we can actually slide our foot out to the side and back in a sitting position. Come with that, go guys, and see how you feel doing that.
Side one.
It should feel good. Okay, so here, keep your foot on the ground. So keep your foot on the ground, perch on the edge of the seat. And we're going to slide your foot out to the side. So you're like drawing a circle with your foot. Feel that muscle on the side activate and then come back. Okay, and then we can slide the other way. And then we can slide back. So a great way to make this exercise a little bit more intense is we can actually introduce an exercise band. We can play with this a bit later, guys. Okay, is you can actually introduce an exercise band. So again, sit up nice and tall, and you're pulling out to the side and back. So for anyone that's unable to stand up or feels a little bit wobbly, this is a great way to introduce some exercises through the hips. Brilliant work, guys. All right. Next up, we've covered our ankles. We've covered our hips and our quads. Okay. For the front of our legs, okay. In our warm-up, we did some of these squeezes. Okay. You can turn this into an exercise by really trying to focus on squeeze and hold your muscle. If you would like to introduce some more resistance to it, we can put an ankle weight around the leg, or you can actually add a band under your foot, and then you can demos. Down and stay. Oh my god. Oh, that's pretty good. We can add a band to create resistance through that muscle. Alright. How are you going with those bands? Have you got some warmth in these places?
Yeah.
Lovely. Alright. Our next activities, okay? We've covered our legs, we've covered our hips. Okay. I want to introduce a little challenge to our cores, and then I'm going to introduce a little challenge to our backs, and then that will just do us for today. For our core challenge today, what we're going to do is perch on the edge of the seat. Okay, you're going to lean backwards a little bit into your chair. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to lift one knee up towards your chest, and then before it touches the ground, you're going to swap over. Okay, and then we're going to try and swap over again. If you need to, you can place your hands at the base of your chair to give you a little bit of support, and we're doing some bicycles. Okay, I'm seeing so much people shaking around the room. That's really good. When we're doing this, try keep your belly tucked in, keep your spine nice and tall. And you should start to feel a little bit of heat down through the front of our hips and our core. Okay, 10 to 20 of these, and you should find you get a nice little bit of a burn and a challenge. How you feeling there, Mrs. Green?
Good now.
You guys feeling okay over there? Good. All right, so this is our first little core challenge. If we want to introduce a little bit more of a challenge, we can introduce some planks, raised, and some raised push-ups. Okay, I'll demonstrate what that looks like, and then we'll all try our last exercise. Okay, so our planks, you can find a height, like a chair or a wall, place your arms in front of you with your feet behind you, give you a nice straight spine, okay, and we're holding for 10 to 20 seconds. To make it harder, all we're looking at doing is lowering the height down to introduce some more pressure across the core. So working some push-ups into our regime. You can either start on the wall or on a chair. Okay, and all we're doing is a little bends through the arms. Make sure your surface is nice and stable, and keep your elbows down by your side and not poking out here. Okay, and this is going to get some great warmth through the shoulders.
That's just something stable on the chair.
Yeah, look, something more stable than a chair is probably good. Use the couch or the wall. All right, pick that all the way. So how do you feel just holding? That's good. So for yours, particularly important, just make sure your chair's not going to topple.
Next time you're gonna get down on the floor.
Oh, that's good. Now, can I give you that one there, please? Can I give you that one there, please? Thank you very much. Did you want to open the screen?
No, I'm sorry.
That's all right. All right. My screen is So what we're going to do for our last exercise of the day is just really important. We exercise some of our postural muscles. Okay, one of our biggest flaws as we age is we tend to develop more forward posture. So we need to try and counteract that a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to place a band around your foot. Be very careful that it doesn't flick off. Okay, so you've got a band around our foot, sitting up nice and tall, and you're going to pull your elbows behind you, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then slowly return to normal. So with this one, we're not pulling our hands up, we're pulling our elbows behind us. Fantastic work over there.
You do the bicep curl.
So you're doing the bicep curl, and I'd love to see you pull your elbows behind you for me.
Elbows back.
Oh, elbow back.
There we are, now that's looking good.
Ah, he knows.
Yeah, that's good. And when we do that, if we lift our chest up nice and tall, we get a nice, better activation. How do you feel over there?
Good.
Awesome. Invisible, how's that invisible band going? If you don't have a band at home, what we can do instead, Mrs. Green, you can demonstrate for us, is place our palms facing each other, and we can try and pull our thumbs back and arms forward, and you're still exercising those muscles. Okay? We can then come to touch our hands on our heads with our elbows out, back out to the side, and bring them forwards. Okay, one more shot, out to the side,
Good afternoon.
hands to the back, out to the side, and return. You should still feel a little bit of activation and warmth in your shoulder blades. Okay. How'd you go with those? You guys ready for a drink? All right. So guys, that's what we're going to wrap up today. Okay, we've covered everything from working on your ankles and toes through to your hips, your legs, and getting some core and some postural activities in. Okay, this video will be made available on the YouTube channel, so check that out. We might even put some captions on there. And if you haven't booked in your spinal assessment, get in for your spinal assessments, and we'll do that soon. Yeah, thanks everyone for attending. We've got one more little note coming. Oh, check out the website. We'll have some links up on our website. What else are we meant to be checking out on the website, Dr. Crane? Get some notes on the screen. Oh yeah, and don't forget to pick up the Healthy Aging book in the clinic as well. So we've got Healthy Aging ebook, booking for your spinal screening. Check out our YouTube channel to go through this exercise class again. And we'll look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you very much.